Hey there, this video is just a quick tip video showing you how to join your binding on the diagonal, and make sure you stay to the very end to find out why it's important. So starting off with our 2.5 inch strips of fabric that are cut on the width of fabric. Now you can cut yours any size you like. I just like 2.5 inches for my binding. The first thing we're going to do is take one of our pieces, and it's doubled up here. We just want one layer of fabric, and we're going to line that up on a line on our mat so we know it's nice and straight, and we've got the right sides facing us. Then we're going to take our second piece, and I'm just going to make sure that my pattern, it's a directional fabric, is still going to be in the right direction. If you don't have directional fabric, you don't have to worry about this, but that's looking good to me. So I'm just going to place that right sides together, but then turn it on an angle so it's coming down on the vertical like that. So now you can see we've got one fabric coming this way and one coming down this way. Now we just want to make sure that we're not going to be including these salvages. For example, if I bring this one down, if I sewed it now, the salvage would be in my binding. So make sure salvages are out of the way, and if you'd like to, you could cut them off before this so that you know they're definitely out of the way. But now what I'm going to do is draw a diagonal line from this corner down to this corner. So just checking that my fabric is lined up on this line and on this line, and then drawing my diagonal line. Then I'm just going to place a pin on either side of the line just to keep it in place. And then we're going to sew. So I've got my standard foot on my sewing machine. I'm stitching at stitch length 2. I'm using wonderful confetti thread. And I'm going to start on the very edge and sew right along that drawn line we just did. Coming off the very edge, cutting my thread. Then what we can do is just remove our pins and then open it up and just check that it has created one nice continuous strip, and it has. And then at this point you just carry on and add on as many as you need. But now let's just finish off this one join. So now what we need to do is just trim next to the stitches about 1/4 inch. Now you can do that with scissors, or you could take your ruler, line up the 1/4 inch mark on your ruler on top of the stitches, and then just trim. And then what we end up with is little dog's ears here, so I will just trim them too. And now let's just press those seams open. So now we're just going to open up the seams and press them open. And the reason why we do these diagonal joins is because if we didn't and we just sewed them straight across, we'd end up with lots of layers where it's folded, because when we make our binding, we fold it in half and then we fold it in half again. And it just means that those seams are distributed across that whole width there rather than being in one spot. So I'd love for you to leave a comment and leave me any ideas down below on what other videos you'd like for my new quick tips videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.